Dear friends, this Shabbos we read the Torah portion of Tetzaveh. This portion talks about Aaron and his sons, the first Kohanim, the first people who were appointed as the priests, and thereafter their children would be the Kohanim who would serve in the temple on behalf of the Jewish people. And the Torah tells us in detail about what they had to do to be able to work. And besides being a Kohen, to go into the temple and to do the work in the temple, they had to dress up in special clothes. The regular priest, the Kohanim, had 4 pieces of clothing, a trousers, shirt, a belt, and a hat. And the Kohen Gadol, on top of those 4, had 4 others, a breastplate, which had the 12 stones, each one representing another one of the 12 tribes. And he had on his forehead a gold plate. He also had a apron, a certain type of rider's apron, and a long robe. Very fancy, very, very special. And we're told that if they came into the temple to serve and were not wearing the proper clothing, then they did a sin. They have to be dressed properly to be able to serve in the temple. And the question is, why is it so important what exactly they were wearing when they're serving? Isn't it important what they had in their heart and in their mind while they were serving God? Isn't it important that they were willing to come and dedicate their lives not to do business and career pursuits, but rather to serve God on behalf of the Jewish people? Why are we so obsessed with their clothing and how they came in and the many laws related to the clothing? And perhaps the Torah is telling us something very, very powerful, because we know in Judaism the emphasis is on action. A mitzvah is mostly about action. Do it. And even though the emphasis is on action to do it, because between doing it and not doing it is the most important part, but the Torah is telling us also how we do it is so important as well. And the idea of putting on clothing, having special clothing, means that you're not just doing something, you run into doing something. You take your time to prepare to do something. And we look today in many schools, in many places, the uniforms. Why do people have uniforms? Because they want to remember at all times when you come to work, you don't just start working, but you have to remember consciously that I'm working and represent a certain company, a certain outfit. It's very important to remember and to be conscious of what you're doing. And this is what the Torah is telling us when it tells us that they had to wear specific clothes. That you don't just walk into it, but you take a moment to remember, I'm here doing this action for a purpose. I'm here doing this action to serve God. And so too it is, we have to take it back into our lives. When we do something Jewish, whether we go pray, whether we go to Friday night dinner, whether we go to synagogue on Yom Kippur, or any day we go to synagogue, or any other Jewish activity we do, you have to prepare for it. If you prepare for it and you have the right intent and the right mind is in the right place, you're fully into it and you fully do it. But if not, you go through the action, but you're missing from it. You're missing an action. You have the action, but you're missing an action. And the Torah wants to emphasize how important it is that whenever we do something, our body and soul have to be there. Our mind, our heart, and our action have to be in sync and with each other. And that is how we should do Jewish. Whatever Jewish you do it fully and completely. Prepare before. Don't just fall into it. Work towards it. Prepare for it. Even a little. That's what we're told. Shabbat, put on a white shirt. Take a shower before. Do something to prepare for Shabbat. Because when you prepare and then you have a Shabbat meal, it's a different Shabbat meal than if you just show up. So I wish that we all have tremendous Jewish experiences, fully body and soul into it, our mind and our heart. And these become very enriching in our lives. So I want to wish you all a Shabbat Shalom. God bless you all. Shabbat candlelighting time in Montreal is 5:03 p.m.